If you want to get into wireless PCVR gaming for room scale games, you really got two options: a HTC headset with their wireless adapter, or the Oculus Quest 2. Today I'm going to do a comparison of the two and hopefully give you some food for thought as to which route may be best for you. The Cosmos Elite or the Vive Pro with the wireless adapter, 13 to 1500 quid. And that's just including the crappy Vive wand controllers. Oculus Quest 2, 300 quid. You could splash out, get the bigger capacity one for 400 quid, get a better head strap, add on another 50 quid. Drop in the ocean compared to your HTC route. The headset itself, wireless adapter, a power bank, the lighthouses, the wireless receiver, and the PCIe card. The headset itself, both the Vive and the Cosmos come with these wand controllers. They're not great, to be honest. There's no thumbstick, just a trackpad. The grip button isn't the best in the world, but they get the job done. I did, however, upgrade to the index controllers. These are awesome. They have got a thumbstick, bit of a trackpad, got finger tracking, knows how hard you're gripping, more like a firearm, but a pair of these is another 260 quid. The Oculus Quest 2 controllers are actually pretty decent, to be honest. Very comfortable. I've got little hands, but they've still got the grip button, thumbstick. Yeah, these more than get the job done. This is way better than this. Okay, I'm just going to run through the steps needed to get into a game in each headset. I just want to mention that with the Vive Pro, you can have the base stations come on via Bluetooth when you start SteamVR. For me personally, because I've got more than one headset, I actually have the base stations plugged into Wi-Fi plugs. So depending on which room I'm in, I'll just say Google, turn on Lighthouse 1 or 2. These are optional, you can just use the speakers in here. The headphones sound better, plus I need the mic, because the mic doesn't transmit back to the PC. Well, you can't see what I'm seeing, but that's it. I just put the headset on, grab the controllers, and all I'm doing literally is click virtual desktop. It loads, connects to the computer, and now I click launch SteamVR. That's it. I'm in SteamVR. You don't have to wait for lighthouses to load, nothing. It's 2 clicks. Because the virtual desktop stream is already loading on the computer. I'm not going into how to do all that, you can look that up. This is just to show how easy it is once you've got it installed. You literally put the headset on, click virtual desktop, click launch Steam VR, and I'm in. Okay, and here we are in the Vive Pro. So I'm using the Vive Pro microphone. Not the best, but it'll have to make do. Now, I know right off the get-go, the resolution clearly isn't as good as the Oculus Quest 2. This has a native resolution of 1440 by 1600. The Oculus Quest 2 is 1826 by something or other, I can't remember, but it's a bit of a jump. More of a jump is a screen door effect. Here, it's not so noticeable in the dark areas. Dark does hide screen door effect. But looking, say, at the light up here, it's ever present, the screen door effect. It's nearly gone in the Quest 2. So that's quite a jump. Obviously, I'm using index controllers. These are a leap ahead of the ones and better than the Oculus ones. But again, it's an unfair comparison. These cost about as much as the Oculus on its own. But, you know, finger tracking and whatnot. Now, the advantages, of course, of the actual wireless kit for the HTC Vive is this was built for this. There's no workarounds, there's no third-party software, you know, it's fluid. And you can pretty much go everywhere. That went well. Obviously I've got OBS running, so it's a bit of a hit. But generally it's extremely smooth. It is very smooth. But the screen door effect, it's kind of when you're looking around a glow like a bloom like this, kind of a dirty smear effect. I mean, it's not terrible. It's not terrible at all. It's hard to explain. I must also point out, I have the lens mod. The Gear VR lens mod, okay? And I've done a video on that. Basically, you swap the lenses over so you haven't got the Fresnel rings, no glare. The glare's pretty much all gone. Clarity edge to edge, fantastic. If you've got the Vive, you should do the Gear lens VR mod. And of course, the massive advantage to this headset, above all, is OLED. You know, nothing quite compares. The blacks are black. You can see all the detail in there. It's beautiful and dark. This is. I wish we could have beautiful OLEDs like this with the blacks and the colours, as well as no screen door effect. That's what we want. So yeah, this is completely smooth, and this was built for this purpose. The Oculus Quest is a bit of a hack, you know, getting it going. Right, so freedom of movement is great. You can get it to grey out, to black out. Now, obviously, you've got the receiver pointing at you, and you've got the lighthouses. You can't obviously be blocked from the lighthouses, but same with the receiver, and it's easy to do sometimes. Say if you're playing Onward, a bit of Pavlov, if you want to lie down, crouch down, you've got your back to it, you can grey it out. You know, I probably won't be able to manage it now. I'll try it. But, there we go. So I'm bending down looking at something. It's losing tracking, greyed out a bit. Oh. That's because the
the receivers behind me. That doesn't happen with the Oculus Quest 2, obviously. Okay, so that'll do. One other thing regarding comfort. Yeah, generally this, as it comes, is a comfortable headset. The wireless receiver on top can get pretty darn hot. A lot of people find it too uncomfortable. I've got these little fans, these VR and chill fans. They're quite loud, but even on the lowest setting it makes a massive difference. Cools your head. That's another 30-40 quid though. But, you know, all these things help. And obviously this has earphones built in. I quite like them. It's one less thing to have to shove on your head. Okay, so that'll do it. Let's jump into the Oculus Quest. Okay, and here we are in ALYX. Native resolution of this headset is 1832 by 1920, which is a bit of a jump. And if we bring up super sampling, still at 100% here. This is right, keeps it at 2496 by 2592, a big jump than what we had on the Vive Pro. And the desktop streamer, I've got that at high, so it's outputting the highest resolution there. Running at a 90 bitrate, I believe, so it looks great, and yet I get a low latency of around 30 or so. It's pretty awesome. Straight away, the increase in resolution when I look close to the hand is amazing, but there's the lack of screen door effect. I mean, sure, it's not 100% gone. The G2 will have it even less, if at all, but it's all but gone, and it makes a massive difference. Like when I'm looking at a lit area, there's not a sort of dirty sheen that you sort of get on the Vive Pro, and it's just the clarity looking close up to the hand. It looks real. And then look at this performance. I mean, again, OBS is running, so yeah, that's a bit of a hit. And this is at high. If you put the streamer at medium or low, you can still get a better resolution than the Vive Pro. But I don't need to. This is smooth as anything. This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay, so I haven't got finger tracking. I can just, you know, but what do I care? And you wouldn't have that unless you spent another fortune anyway. It really is phenomenal. People who are having bad experiences, it's their setup or their computer or whatever. People just saying it's not good enough. It's not true. This is now a better experience than my Vive Pro with the wireless adapter. I mean, look at it. I can just walk around everywhere. This isn't using a thumb pad. I'm just walking around my room, and I can crouch down wherever. And you know, it's not going to cut out or grey out or whatever like before, because there's no receiver to worry about. There's no lighthouses. I mean, okay, occasionally you might get a tiny little stutter, but that's getting improved all the time, even in virtual desktop. And like I said, you can lower a bit to get rid of that, and with a better router even. So my god, you can have it better than this, and this is already amazing. So I really think, you know, and I've tried other games, Oculus games, Steam games. I think I'm at the point where, yeah, I just sell the Vive Pro. And the Vive Pro in the other room, I'll be selling that anyway because I'm getting the G2. But I don't even need the G2. I'll probably do another video on it, but I've used this wireless for sim racing in the other room. The router's in here. It's going through the wall, through my big monitor and all that, and it's still such low latency that I had an amazing experience earlier using it. So you could just have this one headset. Don't even worry about a power bank. Just get the Elite strapped with battery and just keep it charged, and that's it. One headset for everything. Getting a bit excited, but it is Phenomenal. So black levels, yeah, it's not OLED, but to me the detail is cool here in the dark, and when you go from one to the other, yeah, it's noticeable. But this looks great. The colours are great. Yeah, the blacks aren't as good. There's no getting around that. But it's not putting me off at all. And as I said, I did a night race earlier, and it was still awesome. It was more in the car at night in cockpit, where it wasn't as dark as it maybe should be, slightly grey, but you know what? Who cares? It just looked so amazing. Okay, look up at the sky. That's where screen door effect's really obvious usually. And yeah, I can slightly see it when I focus through it, but it's not like on the Vive Pro. And this is a fraction of the price. I've not bought anything extra. No extra router or anything. I probably will. I'll probably get a better router, get it up to as best as I can. But yeah, this is phenomenal. So comfort wise, we talked about that. Well, it doesn't run as hot, obviously, as the Vive Pro. This strap isn't brilliant. Everyone complains about it, but you can make do. It's quite good that it comes with a cheap strap. It makes it modular, keeps it cheap. And then if you want to spend a bit more, fine. I will get the Elite strap with the battery. It'll add a counterweight to the back, plus a couple more hours. So I'm waiting for that. But for now, this will do. And if I wasn't doing this video, I might not even use these headphones. I'm quite happy with the speakers. No good on my motion platform. Obviously, I have to use headphones because it's too loud. But that's why I'm gonna have to take the G2 speakers off and use these. But no worries. There's another little bug around here somewhere, isn't there? Have some of that. So there we go. It is awesome. Truly awesome. So yeah, that'll do it for now. I'm actually going through this. I'm meant to carry the gnome all the way through, so I've got to reload back there anyway. Okay.
Okay, so there's pros and cons to each, but at the end of the day, the Oculus Rift 2 is £300, and you can just use it on its own, take it on your travels, whatever. It's just a phenomenal bit of kit. Now, if I just stayed with the Vive Pro and the base stations, the index controllers, yeah, I'd be happy. It's an amazing experience. And if you've already got that, I'm not saying ditch it, go for the Oculus Quest 2, but for me personally, I think that's where I'm heading. I've got the Vive Pro in here to sell and stuff anyway, because I'll be going with the G2, and I think I'm going to sell it from the other room as well and just stick with the Oculus Quest. For me, it feels like a better experience, better resolution, less screen door, no faff, and yeah, it just ticks a lot of the pros really, if I'm honest. Anyway, so there we have it. If you've got any questions about either or anything specific you want to see, just drop it in the comment and I'll do my best to answer or make a follow-up if I need to. And that'll do it for now, and I'll catch you later. Cheers.